moved into the apartments in Columbus, Ohio, during a work relocation last year. The building isn't luxurious, but it's quiet, safe, and close to my job. At least, that's what I thought in the beginning. I live on the 3rd floor, apartment 3B. There is only one unit above mine, 4B. From my first night, I could hear movement upstairs. Footsteps. Slow, steady, deliberate. It sounded like someone arranging furniture, dragging something heavy. Sometimes, a short, sharp knock on the floor, like someone tapping a cane. I didn't think much of it at first. People live their lives. People make noise. That is normal. But a few days later, I learned something that made every sound feel different. I had gone downstairs to pick up a package, and I casually mentioned to the property manager, Mr. Elliott, "Hey, the guy upstairs must be moving in. I heard a lot of furniture noises." He looked at me longer than necessary. Then he said quietly, "There is no one upstairs." I thought he misunderstood. "I mean the apartment above mine, 4B. He shifted uncomfortably, then forced a smile. 4B has been vacant for 12 years. No tenants. I laughed a little because I thought it was a joke, but he didn't smile back. "It's sealed," he added. "Maintenance only goes up there twice a year for inspection." I asked why it was empty for so long. He avoided the question, just said, "Some units stay empty, that's all." But that night, the footsteps began again. Every night, around 1:14 a.m., the footsteps started. Always the same time. Not running, not pacing, walking. Slow heel-to-toe steps across the apartment. Back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes they paused directly above my bedroom. I could hear the floorboards creak, as if someone stood there for a long time, unmoving. On the 5th night, I banged on my ceiling with a broom handle out of irritation. The footsteps stopped immediately. Then someone knocked back. 3 slow knocks, right above me. No echo, no confusion, no apartment to blame, just a direct response. I stood there in the dark, realizing the truth in a way my mind didn't want to accept. Someone was in 4B. The next morning, I went to the leasing office. "I keep hearing someone moving around upstairs," I said. Mr. Elliott didn't look surprised. He just rubbed his forehead and asked, "Does it happen at night?" "Yes, always after 1 a.m. He nodded like he already knew the schedule. Then he said, "If it bothers you, you might want to keep your TV on quietly. Some older buildings make settling noises." He was lying. He knew it. I knew it. I leaned forward. "Who lived there before?" He closed the folder in front of him. "That apartment is not part of your lease. You do not need to concern yourself with it." His tone shut the conversation down, but now I needed answers. One evening, as I returned from work, I saw an older woman walking her dog in the courtyard. She had probably lived there a long time. I asked her quietly, "Do you know anything about 4B?" Her expression changed immediately. She pulled her dog closer. "You should not ask about that place," she said. "Why? What happened?" She looked toward the building. 4B has been empty since the fire." "What fire?" She hesitated. Then she said something that unsettled me deeper than all the footsteps combined. "The man who lived there never really left." She walked away quickly after saying that. That night, I left a small lamp on. I didn't want complete darkness. At 1:14 a.m., right on schedule, the footsteps began again. Slow, heavy,
measured. I stared at the ceiling, listening. The walking moved from the living room area toward my bedroom, then stopped, directly above me. I held my breath, waiting. After several seconds, the footsteps moved again, this time toward the far corner of the apartment, a place that, based on my layout, should correspond to the closet in 4B. Then I heard something I had never heard before, a dragging sound, long, slow, heavy, like someone pulling a chair across old wooden floors, except, to my knowledge, 4B had no furniture.
2 days later, I found a maintenance worker on the 4th floor. He was replacing light bulbs in the hallway. I approached him casually. "Hey, does anyone ever go into 4B?" I asked. He didn't even look at the door. "No, never," he said. "Isn't it sealed?" He shook his head. "Locked, yes. Sealed, no. Only Mr. Elliot has the key." I hesitated. "Have you ever heard noises coming from inside?" He paused for a moment too long. Then he said, "Don't stand near that door at night." "Why?" He gathered his tools. "You'll hear knocking, and it won't be from this side." He left without another word. That night, I heard knocking again. Not on the ceiling, on my front door. 3 slow knocks. Same rhythm I heard from above. I checked the peephole. No one was there. I waited, heart pounding. Then I checked the security camera on my phone. Nothing. The hallway was empty. I opened the door slowly. No movement. No footsteps. No one walking away. But on the floor was a small object. A single burnt key. Old, blackened, warped slightly from heat. A tag attached to it. 4B. I should have thrown the key away. I should have ignored everything and moved out immediately. But I needed answers. I needed to know what was happening above me. At 12:45 a.m., I went upstairs. The hallway was quiet, still, cold. The door to 4B looked like every other door. Simple wood, old brass number plate, slightly faded paint. I held the burnt key in my hand. It felt warm. I placed it into the lock. It slid in smoothly, almost too smoothly. I hesitated. Then I turned it. The lock clicked open. I pushed the door gently. It creaked open. The apartment was dark. I used my phone's flashlight. The air smelled faintly of burnt wood and old carpet. The living room was empty. No furniture, no appliances, nothing. But the floors had marks, deep grooves, long scratch lines, patterns that matched dragging furniture, even though no furniture was there. I walked further inside. My foot hit something. A small metal object, a charred cane, exactly the sound I had heard tapping at night. I pointed the light down the hallway. The bedroom doors were open. The closet at the end was half open. Something shifted inside it, very softly, like someone exhaled. I took one step backward. The air grew colder. My light flickered. Then I heard footsteps. From above me, from the ceiling of 4B. There is no apartment above 4B. I ran out of the apartment and shut the door. The next morning I confronted Mr. Elliot. "What happened in 4B?" I demanded. He closed his office door. Then he told me the truth. 12 years ago, a man lived in 4B. Quiet, alone, rarely spoke to anyone. One night a fire started in his bedroom. They found the door barricaded from the inside. He never escaped. Firefighters said his body was found near the closet, facing the door, like he was waiting for someone. I asked why the apartment was never remodeled. He said, because the noises never stopped, even after the fire. He leaned forward. He knocks on floors. He drags his cane. He walks in circles at night. I asked the question I feared. Why me? Why am I hearing it? Mr. Elliot looked tired. Because you live below him now. I moved out within a week. On my last night, the footsteps returned. Louder, more aggressive, walking faster, circling, pacing, then banging, hard banging, right over my bed. I covered my ears. The ceiling shook. Dust fell. Then the banging stopped. Silence. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then 3 slow knocks on my bedroom door from inside my apartment. I did not open it. I waited until sunrise. I left the key on the counter and walked out without looking back. I live 20 miles away now, much quieter area, no shared walls, no upstairs neighbors. But some nights, at 1:14 a.m., I hear soft tapping on my ceiling. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Slow steps, measured steps, like someone trying to find me again. And sometimes, before I fall asleep, I hear 3 slow knocks. Always the same rhythm, always the same message. I never left.